How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys today. And this is your WWE Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania 39 Goes Hollywood. Review and results for today, Friday, April 7th, 2023. This is your WWE WrestleMania 39 Goes Hollywood 2023 Fallout show. Triple H announces that there will be a game-changing WWE draft happening soon, but why I kind of have my feelings as to why this isn't going to be such the game changer that Triple H claims it's going to be. So we'll talk about this and so much more right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T coming up next. So stay right here with me. We'll hit the introductions, get this party started, and your WWE Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania review and results show will be coming your way next. Don't go away, because of course, as you guys know, I will be right back.
This is M-Dog20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring. Big T.
How's it going, everybody? It's another Friday Night SmackDown review tonight, eh? Yeah, we're gonna get into it, guys. Well. How you doing? I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you right now today. And I'm gonna tell you guys right off the bat right now, Gonna do a doubleheader tonight. A SmackDown and Rampage. Battle of the Belts. That I'm not sure when Battle of the Belts will come. I mean, it'll come. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow on Easter or if I'll do it on, maybe Wednesday before Dynamite. Just do like an AEW doubleheader, like before, do a Battle of the Belts before Dynamite and then Dynamite when Dynamite's over. I don't know how I'm going to work it yet. We'll see. Because to try to work, do 3 shows and pump them out tonight back to back to back, it's a lot. It's too much. So I'm not going to be pumping out 3 consecutive shows, but I do have the thumbnails and everything done for it. It's just a matter of what day I'm going to do the show. Tomorrow with Easter, I'm not sure. Monday will be a definite no because I got a busy day on Monday and I got to do Raw once I get back home after my busy day. Tuesday usually is my day off. That's a possibility, though. I might throw it in there, or I might just take Tuesday off and wait until Wednesday before Dynamite. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear, folks. So anyway, I'm your host, Big T, right here with all of you guys right here, right now, today. This is your WWE Friday Night SmackDown review results show for the SmackDown after WrestleMania for today, Friday, April 7th, 2023. And just so you guys know, want to help out the channel, make sure you guys use the hashtag Justice for Pretty for pet rights because pets family. Me and Mama T, Little Pretty, we all appreciate it very much. And Pretty, you always be our bright little shining star. We love you very much forever and ever, my sweet little angel. And don't forget to donate to the show on PayPal by clicking on this link in the description of this video. Thank you guys very much. That link that you see Becky Lynch pointing up at, that's the link you want. That link's pinned to the top of the YouTube live chat, Facebook live comments, all that stuff. And this link is at the top of the description of this video and every single video that I do. There's a PayPal button on my YouTube homepage. Any amount you guys can donate, big or small, would be very much appreciated. It really helps the channel out. So there you go, folks. Thank you guys for all that. And you guys can check me out on my website, www.beyondtheringwithbigt.com. You can call into the show live on Skype using BigT_119. You can follow me on Twitter at BeyondTheRingBT. Like me, follow me on Facebook at Beyond the Ring with Big T. And follow me on Instagram at Beyond the Ring with Big T. All that stuff, everything you need is down below. And, yeah, guys, are you ready to get in to this and talk about SmackDown and see what WWE had for us on Friday night? Let's do it. Let me get a sip of water first. Oh man, let me tell you, that's such good shit, pal. Nice cold water. Alright, wow, that was tasty. Not as good as the ham we're gonna be having for Easter, though. Mama T's a gourmet chef, by the way. We haven't had ham in over 10 years, Mama T says.
What traditional fucking Easter, see, like every eats ham and potato salad. I like roast duck and stuffed cornichons and shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
But ham and potato salad every year, that's gotta fucking suck.
But man, that
about 10 years, so I'm good ready for it now.
That ham is... I haven't tasted the potato salad yet, but I tasted that ham.
I know. Potato salad's gotta sit till tomorrow now. The 2 big bowls. Wow.
I tasted that ham. That ham was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really is that good.
Good.
And Mama T's the best, She's the best at being a chef She's the best at everything. She's the world's greatest mom.
I could bake, I could cook, I could clean, I could do laundry, I could do everything. I could do anything. I could drive a car, I could clean a car, I could clean boats, I could do. Triple H announced was such a joke. His announcement was a joke. Invincible.
Yeah, we're gonna get into Triple H's announcement, which was like
I think all he said was it's Friday Night SmackDown. Vince did that.
And he announced that they're gonna be having a draft and shaping up the rosters, and highly doubt though he'll be a part of it. Vince will probably be running it. I mean, did you guys hear the rumor that Vince McMahon was at the Eagles concert last night at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey? That's what Vince McMahon was doing, supposedly. So,
Hello, Hunter.
Vince McMahon could have been there, you know. Oh man, I love Hotel California. Yeah, that's such good shit, pal. Oh, Mama T.
Mama T.
Alright, guys, so let's talk about Triple H. Triple H's announcement.
New Jersey.
New Jersey, yep, Hunter, yeah.
Ew, New Jersey. I like it. I see the EW.
Ew.
New Jersey. Those are like New Jersey.
WWE Friday Night SmackDown. After WrestleMania, review results for Friday, April 7, 2023. Oh boy. Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. We got a 6-man tag team action. We hear from Judgment Day and Triple H. Yeah, Invincible, I know, you're like, let's not. Unfortunately, we have to. But I'll give you guys my take on it, don't worry. So tonight's WWE Friday Night SmackDown comes to us live from the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon for Friday, April 7, 2023. And one half of the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champion Sami Zayn has a busy night ahead of him as the fallout from WrestleMania 39 continues. Not only will he be colliding with the Bloodline's Jey Uso in singles competition, but he and the other half of the tag team title holders Kevin Owens have something on their minds to share with the WWE Universe. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn dethroned Jey Uso and his brother Jimmy Uso at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania, subsequently ending their renowned title reign. So, Gunther will be teaming up with his Imperium teammates Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser to battle out with the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge Holland. Gunther and Sheamus most recently encountered one another in the Squared Circle this past Sunday in a triple threat match, during which the ring general Gunther successfully retained his Intercontinental Championship. Rhea Ripley defeated Charlotte Flair to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. In Los Angeles at WrestleMania, she will be making her first appearance on SmackDown tonight in light of her confrontation with Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair this past Monday on Raw. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar will be joining forces with one another for the first time as they go head-to-head with the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Damian Priest. Rey, Escobar, and Escobar's Legado del Fantasma stablemates have made their respect for one another well known in recent weeks as tensions between Rey and Dominic continue to grow following Rey's recent victory over Dominic at WrestleMania. Additionally, Triple H will be making an appearance on tonight's show after showing up on Monday's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. So, let's see. Yeah, Raw after WrestleMania 39 was horrible. And yeah, I'm glad Jay White picked AEW. I am. He needed to pick AEW. Yeah, Gunther, aka Hunter. Hey, you could do that, Hunter. You could literally do that if you wanted to. You could just, make your name Hunter, all capital letters like Gunther does, and you got an in, man. Alright, let's take a look here. I want to see something here. Alright, because there is news going around, and I want to get into this. This is from WrestlingNews.co. Did you guys notice that Drew McIntyre was pulled from SmackDown last night? Because he was. Yeah, he was. Now, let's see. Here we go. Here's the story finally loaded. Drew McIntyre reportedly unhappy with creative and money presented to him by WWE. A few hours before WWE Friday Night SmackDown went on the air, it was reported by PW Insider and the Wrestling Observer that Drew McIntyre was pulled from the show, and a signing that was scheduled for earlier on Friday. At the signing, he was replaced by Gunther. Wade Keller provided an update on Drew McIntyre and added that, in addition to the reports about a health issue, Drew McIntyre is said to be unhappy with the creative and the money offer for his next deal. Wade Keller said, "We alluded to this, that there has been talk that Drew is unhappy with his current situation in the WWE, and I'm hearing it as kind of a mix of creative and money, and what kind of offer he's getting for renewal. It sounds like WWE is taking seriously the possibility that he is going to let his deal run out, rather than agree to something that he believes is less than he deserves or less than what he thinks he has coming." Wade Kelly continued by saying, and I quote, "He was going to be at SmackDown, and now he has been pulled, so I think that situation will probably, based on what I'm hearing, be decided pretty quickly one way or the other." Well, Drew McIntyre's deal, from what I'm hearing, is up in July. He hasn't signed with WWE yet. I'm actually hoping that he doesn't, because Drew McIntyre can leave and go to AEW, and he could debut for AEW in the UK at All In August. Plus, what has WWE done for Drew McIntyre lately? Actually, Mama T will be happy to find this out. Drew McIntyre was born on June 6th, 1985, so he's a fellow Gemini. Drew McIntyre is a fellow Gemini.
Quite a bit of Geminis come out of the woodwork lately. It's like the third one I heard, not wrestlers, but just there was somebody else, a couple other people.
Yeah.
They're Geminis.
Yeah. So can Drew McIntyre show up for AEW at All In Wembley Stadium? That is what I'm hoping happens. I honestly think Drew McIntyre's done everything he's going to do in WWE. I mean, it figures too, the one moment that he had in WWE, when he had his WrestleMania moment, it was in front of nobody because COVID wiped everything out. And that's when WWE was doing empty arena shows. So, I mean, this could very well be the end of Drew McIntyre in WWE.
Capricorns aren't better. Geminis are better. You know what? We have that special other side to us. It's called our fucking twin. Twins are awesome. See, because they're all make-believe. They just happen to come with us, you know? I don't have a physical one, right? I mean, born, you have your fucking twin. You know, I don't have that.
And the only reason why I agree with Mama T on this fact is because I know how special she is. So.
With the Gemini, though, at least the ones I don't know many. I only know one, I think, or none. But speaking from one, we are who we are. There is no in between. And what you see is what you get. What you have coming, you're going to get. We're not fake and we're not phony. True to the point. Yeah. So Capricorns, pipe down and you obey me. Yeah, Capricorn. Okay.
Now going into SmackDown last night,
you wish. Keep dreaming. Dream a little dream for me. Boo. That's funny. Alright. Maybe Capricorns are better too, right? Okay, Hunter.
Higher ups in WWE are optimistic that Triple H's version of the product will return on tonight's SmackDown. So take a deep breath in regards to the future of WWE Creative. Several behind the scenes heading into tonight's WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Let's see.
How do you want to sit in the Roman Empire reign?
Honestly, Invincible, anybody that's sick of Roman's Empire reign is an idiot. You know, I'll say straight up like that.
And he's the weakest, whatever, link of the Shield by far.
Honestly, Seth's the weakest. Seth is the weakest link.
Roman's held that title a long time.
Moxley is a very strong link of the Shield, but he's not there anymore. This is the greatest reign that you're ever going to see. Trust me, just wait. It's people that are asking for a new champion and that, they're so sick of Roman. Then when a title gets put on a babyface, you guys will see how bad the show sucks. Because the show will suck. It's not going to be what it is. It's not going to have that importance anymore. You know, it's just not it. Vince desperately pushed Roman the first 8 years of his run, but he wasn't good then. I was saying when I started this show 9 years ago, you got to turn the guy heel. You got to turn him heel. What happened? Vince turned him heel, and he's been the best he's ever been, and the best he ever will be. He should have been turned heel from the start. That's where Vince fucked up. Now Roman is right. Vince has Roman right. Anybody that should be beating Roman for that title is Solo in that storyline I went over, time and time again over WrestleMania weekend, which you could hear back on those reviews where I go into it in depth, and even the Raw after WrestleMania, I went into it in depth. That's what needs to happen. Drew, I hope he headlines Wembley. I want him out of WWE. I want him to go to AEW, and I really want to see what Drew can do. I really want to see what Drew can do. Because I think over there, he's going to do damn good things. But take a deep breath in regards to the future at WWE Creative. Several behind the scenes heading into tonight's WWE Friday Night SmackDown believe there's nothing to be worried about. According to Fightful Select, higher-ups were optimistic that Triple H's vision for WWE programming would be making a return for tonight's show. This, of course, comes on the heels of reports late Monday that fresh off the announcement of WWE UFC merger, Vince McMahon was back in the driver's seat calling the shots from the gorilla position for WWE Monday Night Raw. As a result, the locker room morale took a massive hit, and believing that the past way of doing things had come back to haunt them. However, the hope was such an occurrence, was a one-time deal. That doesn't mean the show is totally out of the woods, though. There's still uncertainty as to whether or not Vince McMahon would be on a plane heading to Portland, the site of SmackDown tonight, but Friday's show should paint a good picture as to who's in charge of WWE's creative plans on a show-to-show basis. Monday's show underwent several rewrites and last-minute changes, with Vince McMahon at the helm, a chaotic practice that had become the standard under his stewardship. But as a sign things might be different this evening, creative notes had already made the rounds for SmackDown as of yesterday, reverting back to the advanced planning that would become the norm with Triple H in the captain's seat. As he did on Monday, Triple H is set to address the WWE Universe tonight. We'll have to wait, to see, to get a better understanding of what message he's planning to deliver in the moment. Now, whole thing is here. Yeah, Vince, the reason why everybody was so positive about this is because Vince was away in the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, watching the Eagles concert. The Eagles in concert. That's what was going on. That's exactly what was happening. That's why Vince McMahon wasn't there. I also heard that Vince McMahon was phoning in some ideas, remotely, like on FaceTime, and he made minor rewrites to the show. That is things that have been, discussed right now, as far as what happened. Now, what does this mean? Is Vince McMahon going to be doing creative all the time? I don't know. If he does, AEW will have an easy time winning the war. Let's see. Because, there's news all about Vince McMahon. There's more details on Vince McMahon's lack of influence on WWE Friday Night SmackDown at WrestleMania 39. Alright. Let's see. WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque was reportedly the go-to person with regard to creative operations on this week's WWE Friday Night SmackDown. What's up, smiley face? Keep smiling. How you doing? Micah, you never know. Maybe we'll end up doing a mock draft. I've done one before, whenever they had an official draft. That's something that might be pretty fun. That's something that we did once before and had a fun time with. But, exciting thing is, too, with the draft, too, will come new graphics for the show. That's what I've been waiting on. New graphics were going to come, around November, but I knew this draft was coming, and sure enough, after WrestleMania, they already made the announcement that the draft is coming, so good thing I waited. Let's see. Vince McMahon, creative operations. Alright, as reported earlier, Vince McMahon was not present at the tapings in Portland, Oregon, and reviewed creative plans remotely. While there were minor changes made to the script, there was nothing major which represented a drastic shift from the backstage environment during Monday's post-WrestleMania 39 WWE Monday Night Raw in Los Angeles, California. Happy Easter to you too, Micah. Thank you. And an update from PW Insider Elite, a source at the tapings described whatever changes made to the script as nothing out of the ordinary in comparison to changes made since Levesque took over creative last year, so that's a good thing. Of course, Mike, I always remember that. Not only that, Jesus loves all of us on Easter, and really on every day. Typically, rewrites ordered by Vince McMahon are known to wipe out multiple segments and or matches. But there was no sign of that today, the source added. Furthermore, Mike Johnson of PW Insider confirmed that the main event plan for WrestleMania 39 was always locked in for Roman Reigns to defeat Cody Rhodes, contrary to fan speculation. There were no last-minute changes due to Vince McMahon or anyone else. Johnson added that Cody will be pushed going forward as a top-tier talent, and the finish to his match with Roman was kept a secret to the absolute bare minimum of those who needed to know. For fans who missed SmackDown, Triple H cut a very uplifting promo on the show, addressing the future in his address to the WWE Universe in Portland. While the primary focus of his speech was to announce the upcoming WWE Draft, Triple H seemed to firmly suggest that he was back calling the shots as it pertains to WWE creative operations, asking fans if they were ready to play the game. It now remains to be seen if the script for Monday's Raw is again altered by Vince McMahon, as was reportedly the case earlier this week. So we'll see what happens with all of this Vince McMahon stuff. Roman's next feud, I mean, that's a good one. If AJ Styles is due to come back, I'd like to see a Roman AJ Styles feud. But honestly, what I think is going to happen, if you remember, Micah, what I think Roman's next feud is going to be is might not be one that is going to that's not going to make too many people happy, but I'm going to tell you why I think this is going to be. WWE announced a return date for Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm wondering if Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be the next feud for Roman Reigns, just because Roman Reigns and Shinsuke Nakamura had like something planned last year, and somehow it never came to fruition, and Shinsuke was just pulled off of television. So, we'll see. AEW, I don't know if they're going to be able to sell out Wembley Stadium, because you're talking over 90,000 people. Over 90,000 people. But, if Punk comes back, I can see Punk Omega. Definitely Adam Cole MJF. That would be a huge one. Bucks and FTR for tag titles, of course. Nakamura, he does need to be built up. That might be what they're starting, because I'm hearing rumors that Roman Reigns is not going to be wrestling at Backlash in Puerto Rico. Exactly, Nakamura and Roman in Saudi. That could be where we're going with this. It's very possible, because I don't think they're just gonna give you, a big match like a Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, or any kind of thing, at any of these shows coming up. I really can't see that. I would love to see Bryan versus Will Ospreay. Oh my God. Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter. That's the main feud in AEW that needs to happen right now, really. They need to have, yes, Mercedes Moné, Jade Cargill. That was one that I was just going to say. Mercedes Moné really with even Saraya would be a great match if Tony Khan could get his hands on Mercedes, but I think he should be able to. I don't think WWE signed Punk, especially with Vince McMahon looming. With Vince McMahon looming around WWE the way that he is, I don't see Punk ever going back. I don't. Maybe Mox versus Drew at Wembley. But with Invincible, I'm with him. I don't respect or care for CM Punk no more after everything he did and how he screwed up AEW. He's a huge diva. He is a narcissist. And you must do what he wants. Exactly. Punk is like Vince McMahon. And why people herald Punk as a hero, I don't get it. And it's like I've said, a few times on the show, Punk, he really is. He's a terrible person in real life, especially how he snubbed me back in the day. And, I never did anything wrong. I mean, he's a terrible person. Trust me. Punk is just one of those guys. He don't care about his fans. He don't care about the company he works for. But if you have anything that could benefit Phil Brooks and do what's good for Phil Brooks, then yeah, he's good with you at that point. Jay White, yeah, that's the reason why he signed with AEW, of course. Drew, who knows? It's up in the air with him, but I'd love to see him leave. I really would. Backstage news on WWE's reported hiring freeze. Fightful Select has shared some backstage news regarding WWE and hiring new talent. According to the report, the talent that spoke with Fightful are claiming that the WWE is going through a hiring freeze because so far this year, the WWE has not been hiring any main roster talent. The sources that spoke with Fightful have speculated that Vince McMahon's return and talks about the impending sale were just a few reasons behind the so-called freeze. WWE sale was made official on April 3rd as the WWE was purchased by Ari Emanuel's Endeavor Group. Since the sale, it appears that Vince McMahon has found himself back in with creative. As reported earlier this week, Vince McMahon was personally and heavily involved in this week's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw, which resulted in him wanting rewrites of the script only minutes before the show. This week's episode of Raw, the script, only minutes before the show began. Fightful was told that Triple H wanted to have former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Nick Aldis join the WWE, but like other potential hires before him, including names like Tama Tonga, Brian Cage, that has all been left out in the cold. Right when Vince McMahon returned as the executive chairman of the WWE. The firing of James Kimball was another reason why several that were on WWE's radar had no contact after the company had shown interest in them. Kimball had been WWE's Senior Vice President of Talent Operations and Strategy before the company let him go back in February due to an undisclosed HR violation. Kimball had been with the WWE since 2020. Wow, guys. Wow. Unbelievable, ain't it? So it seems like, WWE's on the hiring freeze at the moment right now. And that's all the news I got. And now we can get right into the first part of the show here and talk about it. Let's see. What'd you guys say? AEW, yeah, I feel they're the top right now. Yeah, Keith Lee versus Hobbs. Oh, yeah. That's a match I'd love to see. For sure. For sure. Mox and Samoa Joe, I'd book that too. That's a great match. I'd be totally open to seeing those two go at it. SmackDown was okay. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. They didn't do anything very overly offensive, but they didn't do anything that was that great either. It was yeah, like you said, just, like I guess a good show. It was nothing great. It was nothing bad. It was decent to good, pretty much. Yeah, that's how I would classify SmackDown. It was decent to good. And it had more of that Triple H feel. Oh yeah, Raw was a steaming, stinking pile of shit. I mean, I shredded Raw apart on Monday night. Shredded it apart. Probably worse than I shredded. Oh, Micah, of course I did. Yeah, I had to review that crap. Raw after WrestleMania was horrible. I gave it a 1 out of 10. That show was crap. Yeah, it had Vince McMahon stink all over it. It really did. So we're live. The show kicks off with a video package recapping the events of WrestleMania 39. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett then greet audiences at home as the Brawling Brutes head to the ring. Imperium follows. Well, it depends on how you look at it, Freebird. Are we comparing if we're comparing SmackDown to Raw, okay, you gotta let me know how you're comparing it. If we are comparing SmackDown to Raw and keeping it under the WWE banner, then SmackDown was good compared to Raw, okay? But if we're comparing SmackDown to AEW Dynamite, then yeah, SmackDown was trash. So you gotta tell me, Freebird, how are you comparing it? Are you comparing this to Monday Night Raw, or are you comparing this to AEW? Because if you're comparing this with AEW, then yeah, Dynamite blew it out of the fucking water. No doubt. No doubt they did. But yeah, Raw was horrible. Let's see, Micah, what was the reason they gave on Brock turning on Cody? I still don't think this Brock Lesnar as a heel thing's gonna work, and then Cody's gonna fucking beat Brock. That'll be your main event of Backlash. Brock jobbing for Cody. Let's see, Barrett said the reason that Brock turned on Cody was because Brock was mad that his match at Mania with Omos was the opening match night 2 and Cody was in the main event. Oh my god, if they're going with that, if they are going with that, Micah, as the reason for Brock to turn heel, this company is really fucking dumb. You know why? Because Brock doesn't care. Alright, Brock Lesnar does not care if he wrestles first in real life. In fact, at WrestleMania 35, if any of you remember WrestleMania 35, Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar was set to be co-main event. Brock Lesnar fucking 86 that shit, and he wanted it to be the first match on the show so he could go out there, drop the title to Seth, and get the fuck out of New York and go back home to Saskatchewan. So, trust me, in real life, Brock don't give a shit. We'll see what they do with Cody, but, Cody, I think, would be better off being built back up throughout the year. Give Cody the title next year in 2024 and make it his year. That's what I said from the start, before even Mania 39, that's what they needed to do. They just had the wrong plan all the way around. But as far as SmackDown here, Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes kicked us off. Vinci and Butch, they begin in the ring. The bell rings. Both men lock up. They go back and forth. with submission holds before Butch delivers a clothesline and tags in Holland. Vinci catches Holland with a crossbody and then tags in Kaiser. Kaiser delivers a back elbow and Butch tags back in. Butch delivers a double stomp off the top rope. Vinci tags in and Butch stomps on his arms and then ascends to the top rope. Gunther distracts the referee, allowing Kaiser to push Butch off and Vinci to deliver a vertical suplex. Go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Gunther delivers a stomp to Butch's back and sends Sheamus crashing off the apron. He then locks in a sleeper, but Butch snaps his fingers to escape. Vinci tags in, and Butch delivers a kick to his spine. Kaiser and Holland then tag in, and Holland then delivers a suplex and an Alabama slam, but Kaiser fires back with the kick and tags in Vinci. Imperium triple teams on Holland before Gunther tags in and delivers a chop as he knocks Sheamus off of the apron and then hits a running drop kick and a powerbomb as he goes for a pin, but Butch breaks the fall and Gunther sends him flying out of the ring and locks in a Boston Crab. Sheamus makes his way back up to the apron and Holland tags him in to break the hold. Sheamus then hits a clothesline and a running power slam and then executes the 10 beats of the Bodhrán. Gunther hits a German suplex and a boot and then sets up for a powerbomb as Sheamus counters the move into a white noise and goes for the pin, but Gunther kicks out. Vinci tags in as Butch and Kaiser go at it. Butch delivers the enziguri, but Kaiser fires back with a suplex as Holland then takes out Kaiser, but Vinci levels Holland as Butch takes out Kaiser on the outside with a moonsault. Sheamus then counters Vinci with a knee, and then Sheamus hits the brogue kick for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winner, or your winners, are the Brawling Brutes here in this match. Let's see. Yeah, Sheamus' original theme. I'm surprised they never brought it back. I don't know why they even changed his theme, really, and why they never gave it back to him. They should have gave that back to him. AJ Styles versus Gunther at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental title. It'd be an interesting match. It would be. I think Gunther would win, though, especially if they want him to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record. But, I mean, this match to kick off the show, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. So we go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. We had a video recapping Brock Lesnar's betrayal of Cody Rhodes on this past Monday's Raw. We then head backstage to Caleb Braxton, Paul Heyman, and Solo Sikoa. Caleb Braxton asks Paul Heyman if he has any clue why Brock Lesnar turned on Cody Rhodes. Paul Heyman being the master of manipulation and strategy, that he is, he deflects the question and says that he would rather talk about something far more relevant, such as Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Paul Heyman brags about Roman's win at WrestleMania and his title reign before Jey Uso walks in. Paul Heyman then hypes up Jey Uso, and Jey asks Heyman if he knows where Uso is at. His brother Jimmy. Heyman says Jimmy isn't in Portland and informs Jey that Roman ordered Jimmy to stay at home to allow for Jey to shine entirely on his own. Jey walks off, and Paul Heyman tells Solo Sikoa that if Jey doesn't solve the Sami Zayn problem, he then Solo has to solve the Bloodlines problem. And I was like, oh shit. Like, is Jey Uso's time in the Bloodline done? I mean, is this what they're starting to allude to. Is the cracks finally going to start? I even said that Roman should feud with Jay, then feud with Jimmy, then do a triple threat with all three. That's how you get Solo involved, This is the kind of shit that you do. I hope they do this. This is what I've been wanting them to do. So, we will see. But, just Heyman saying that to Solo really got me, holy shit, this is a big possibility here that this could happen. Actually, I have news on Randy Orton, Invincible, and this is it. Randy Orton reportedly nowhere close to an in-ring return following WWE WrestleMania 39. It has been a while since we have seen Randy Orton in a WWE ring, and it may be a while before we see him there again. Sidelined since last year with a serious back injury, Randy Orton's return to wrestling had been questionable at best after undergoing fusion surgery in November. At the time, there was no real timetable on his recovery for a comeback to be in the works, and that has continued throughout the last several months. However, speculation picked up last weekend that he could make some type of appearance for the WWE after it made the rounds that he was in Los Angeles, California, host to WrestleMania 39. That did not materialize. And according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Orton is nowhere close to being in a position to step back between the ropes for action. Information that was passed along to squash any hopes from fans that he would be at WrestleMania. Or WrestleMania surprise or arrive back on the scene soon after. The Viper last wrestled in May, where RK Bro dropped the Raw Tag Team Championships to the Usos, allowing them to unify the titles. Days later, when Orton's injury was revealed to fans, it was said to be the result of a beatdown by the Bloodline. Coincidentally, though, it was Orton's tag team partner Matt Riddle who did make a surprise appearance during WrestleMania weekend after being written off of television for several months. Matt Riddle returned on WWE Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, where he proceeded to lay out The Miz, setting up a match for the following week. So, no problem, Invincible. I'm glad I could help you out there. But yeah, I had that little bit on Randy Orton. If this is the best Vince or Triple H can do, I'm afraid when the change of the sales starts, it could get worse. It could get, especially if Vince McMahon just takes over full control. That would really make a fucking disaster happen. Like, majorly happen. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's the news on Roman Reigns. I know I went over it briefly, but here's the news on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns not currently planned for WWE Backlash in Puerto Rico. Do not expect Roman Reigns to be involved with WWE Backlash. It does not look to be in the plans for the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. Coming off of his big win, undisputed WWE Universal Champion, coming off his big win at WrestleMania 39, defeating Cody Rhodes and leaving a number of fans disappointed. Roman appears to be off the books for WWE's return to Puerto Rico, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Having vanquished the American Nightmare, there doesn't seem to be a ready-made program for Roman Reigns at the moment, especially with Cody Rhodes now occupied by Brock Lesnar after this week's WWE Monday Night Raw, and with that potential big match, in addition to a program involving Bad Bunny and the Judgment Day likely on tap for Backlash, Roman's presence might not exactly be needed. As for when Roman Reigns may be challenged yet again, and by whom, that remains to be seen. WWE will be heading to Saudi Arabia for King and Queen of the Ring in May. The last time WWE held a show there, Roman defended his title successfully against Logan Paul. Might that put him in play again for the overseas trip? Even with the show built around a pair of tournaments, then there is Money in the Bank in June. Right? Is it June? Yeah, that they're doing Money in the Bank. Wait, it says July. Sorry, Money in the Bank in July. I thought it was in June, but I guess it's July. Which once again has WWE leaving the United States for a date in the United Kingdom. Could that line up Roman Reigns to be on a major show where it is entirely possible the briefcase won that very night could be cashed in on him then? As with all things WWE, anything is possible. Roman is nearing the 1,000-day milestone as champ and has defended the unified titles over the last several months at every major show, Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania. With all that winning, he seems to be ready to collect on the day, off he's due. So do not expect to see Roman Reigns at Backlash. At least as of right now. Don't expect it. Alright, so moving on with SmackDown. After this whole thing with Paul Heyman, talking to Solo the way that he did, that's pretty interesting. Back at ringside, Ricochet heads down to the ring. Ivar and Valhalla, they come down to the ring. Ricochet versus Ivar and Valhalla in his corner. The bell rings and Ricochet fires off several right hands. He follows it up with a Hurricane Rana and a drop kick that sends him out of the ring. Ricochet looks for a tope suicida, but Ivar catches him and delivers a crossbody as he tosses Ricochet back in the ring and then fires off several back elbows. Ricochet then ascends to the middle rope and looks for a sunset flip, but Ivar blocks it and sets up for a vertical suplex. Ricochet escapes and delivers a running knee, but Ivar fires back with a knee of his own. Ricochet hits a drop kick before Ivar catches him with a back heel kick. Ivar climbs to the top, but Ricochet meets him up there and delivers a Hurricane Rana as he then ascends to the top and hits a shooting star press for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winner is indeed Ricochet. I mean, the match, I'm glad Ricochet got the win because it's always good when Ricochet gets a win. But one thing I don't understand is why Ricochet and Ivar are fighting. What's the whole reason for these two to be fighting with one another? What beef do they have? I really don't get it, so this kind of lost me. This kind of lost me 100% here, but, it is what it is. By the way, anybody that's in here, if you know anybody that's into wrestling as well, make sure that you have them come on over, share the video, have them subscribe. We got to get everybody in here as we got over that 1,000 subscriber threshold and everything. I, would love to see more and more new viewers coming on in and having fun and enjoying themselves in here. So, everybody come on over. Alright, guys, so now we then head backstage to Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens says it's a big night for Sami Zayn and says it is time to put the bloodline behind them. Sami Zayn says he can't shake this feeling that he needs to talk to Jay, despite the fact that they have accomplished their goal of taking down the bloodline and winning the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. Sami says he feels a sense of obligation, and Kevin Owens warns him that Jay likely will not be up for talking. So, that's what we got. As we continue on, back at ringside, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan head to the ring. Natalya and Shotzi follow, so we got Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan going up against Natalya and Shotzi. This match was fucking garbage. absolute garbage. It really is. Yeah, WWE is just throwing things that make no sense, and this right here makes no sense. The bell rings and Raquel delivers a shoulder tackle. Shotzi tags in and Natalya sends Raquel out of the ring. Shotzi hits a tope suicide as Natalya holds the ropes open and then tosses her back in the ring as Liv tags in and delivers a drop kick off the top rope and then hits a sling blade. Natalya tags in, delivers a German suplex, and then follows that up with a discus clothesline. Shotzi tags in and her and Natalya then set up for the heart attack as Rodriguez prevents them from hitting it, and Liv manages to deliver a tornado DDT as she follows it up with the Oblivion for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winners here are Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And honestly, what was a garbage, absolute garbage women's tag team match that I could give two fucks about. And I'm sure a lot of you as well, because this was not very entertaining, to say the least. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez win. We head backstage and we see Madcap Moss playing video games with Xavier Woods as Emma watches on. LA Knight walks in and starts complaining about being left off of WrestleMania. And Xavier Woods takes objection with his statement, as he says he would be glad to face him in the ring again, before LA Knight grabs Xavier Woods' PS5 controller and tosses it down, and it's like, hey, those controllers are expensive, man. What the fuck you doing? Don't go breaking gaming controllers. Let's see, did you know that Liv Morgan, who was going to be called the Hardcore Queen, but the original Hardcore Queen took her to court? Now WWE's not giving her that name. It don't make sense. Oh, man. Yeah, see, they gotta quit, using other people's names. And to call Liv Morgan the Hardcore Queen? Give me a break. There's nothing hardcore about Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan doesn't have hardcore wrestling style. She doesn't do anything hardcore. So I don't even know why they would want to do that with Liv Morgan, of all people. My God. But anyway, we go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break and Triple H heads to the ring. Triple H welcomes fans to SmackDown and then says there is nothing in the world like WrestleMania. Triple H says it is an event where dreams are fulfilled and says it was an incredibly historic and record-breaking night. Triple H says that while it was a great night, WrestleMania is now behind us and says it is time to look for the future. Triple H then asks fans if they're ready, and Triple H says in a few short weeks it is time for the WWE Draft. As Triple H says, the draft will be bigger than ever before. And when it's all said and done, this year's draft will change the game. And then Triple H introduces someone who will change the game. WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley. Well, let me tell you this much. I'm not surprised that there's going to be a draft because, good Lord, we need one. I got another news piece here. Let's talk about this real quick before I give more thoughts on Triple H. Shane McMahon injury update following WWE WrestleMania 39 incident. Shane McMahon is reportedly back home in the Northeast recovering from the torn quadriceps that he suffered at last weekend's WrestleMania 39 event. According to PW Insider Elite, Shane McMahon was flown into Birmingham, Alabama on Sunday night, immediately after suffering the injury during an impromptu match against The Miz. It is assumed that Shane underwent surgery at the Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center to repair his torn quad. The report added that it is unknown if WWE had any post-WrestleMania plans for Shane McMahon, or if his cameo was a one-off. Shane McMahon was returning to WWE television for the first time since his surprise entry in the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble match, which was won by Brock Lesnar. After interrupting a promo segment from the WrestleMania 39 host Miz, Shane McMahon traded punches with The Miz until he tore his quad while attempting a leapfrog maneuver, and WWE medical personnel checked on Shane McMahon before he was helped out of the ring. Following Shane's untimely injury, WWE Celebrity Hall of Famer Snoop Dogg replaced Shane in the match against The Miz, dazzling fans with his version of The Rock's People's Elbow. Snoop would ultimately pin The Miz and pose with his customized WWE Championship belt. As noted earlier, WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque showered praise on Snoop Dogg for having the wherewithal to save the WrestleMania match following Shane's injury. During the post-WrestleMania presser, Triple H referred to Snoop as a natural-born entertainer who earned the respect of WWE fans for putting himself on a different playing field by jumping in as Shane's last-minute replacement. That's exactly what Snoop did. Alright, and as far as, let's see, do I have a more full transcript of what Triple H had to say? Let me double check. Alright, there was some news I can see here. Where's that piece of news? Here we go. Triple H confirms return of the WWE Draft. Following his announcement this past Monday night on Raw, the WWE Universe was curious as to what Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque would say during Friday night's SmackDown live from the Moda Center in Portland, Oregon. And after touting the success of WrestleMania 39 once more, he shifted gears to a big announcement. In just a few short weeks, it is once again time for the WWE Draft, Levesque announced. This comes on the heels of an earlier report on Friday afternoon that indicated a draft anytime soon was far from certain. After all, 2022 was the first year without one since 2015. Triple H promoted the draft as a night that changes the future and the destiny of every WWE superstar in the back. Because this time around, every single superstar will be eligible. Obviously, that potentially impacts everybody. However, it also can arguably carry more weight for stables such as the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, or tag teams such as the Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. Either way, Triple H ended his announcement by promising, with a slight smirk, when it is all said and done, this year's draft will truly change the game. The question is, will WWE make it so the draft actually matters? It was recently reported that over the past year, both USA Network and Fox, which are home to Raw and SmackDown, respectively, have been relaxing the split of the brand's rosters. With it declared effectively dead, this led to many stars from each brand jumping shows from week to week, especially in the lead up to the WrestleMania 39 weekend. So that's what we got with the WWE Draft. As far as, do I think this draft's really going to change the game? No. And I'll tell you why I don't think so. Because Vince McMahon is there. If Vince McMahon is in WWE, I just don't see how a draft is going to change anything with this company. I don't. I really, really don't. Because look at Vince McMahon when he had drafts. Did any of Vince McMahon's drafts really change the company at all? No, it didn't change the company at all. It actually did nothing. It did nothing. You know? That's what I can tell you. Let's see. I know people were asking about Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes earlier tonight. Well, I do have a little bit of news on that. Let's see. Did you know that Liv Morgan, who was going to be called the Hardcore... Oh, yeah, WWE's not giving her that name. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I do not blame them. Let's see. Possible motivation for Brock Lesnar's attack on Cody Rhodes offered on WWE SmackDown. Brock Lesnar is often cited as a man who does what he wants when he wants. Well, on Monday's WWE Monday Night Raw, the Beast incarnate turned his back on Cody Rhodes, delivering multiple suplexes and F5s to the American Nightmare as Raw went off the air. WWE may not have a reason as to why from the source himself, but the SmackDown commentator Wade Barrett mentioned Friday night that he heard Brock Lesnar was said to be mad due to the fact that his match against Omos kicked off Sunday's festivities at WrestleMania 39. Whether that is the real reason behind the vicious attack on Monday or not remains to be seen. Following his heartbreak on Sunday night, Cody Rhodes challenged Roman Reigns to a rematch for his undisputed WWE Universal Championship on Monday Night Raw. When that was shot down, Cody challenged Roman and Solo. Cody challenged Roman and Solo to a tag team match, which is when Paul Heyman stepped in from there, and the wise man made it simple. Whoever chose to partner up with Cody Rhodes needed to have competed at WrestleMania 39. And they would never get a title shot as long as Roman Reigns holds the gold. Brock Lesnar was already disqualified from challenging Roman Reigns for his title after losing a last man standing match at SummerSlam last July. So you already know at that point, Brock's the only one that can step in. Now, with reports circulating this week that Vince McMahon was firmly back in control and creative during Raw, fans were happy to lay the blame for just about everything that happened on Monday right at Vince's feet. However, that would not necessarily track with the new Cody Rhodes-Brock Lesnar feud, which has reportedly been planned for at least a month. And I'm sure it was Vince McMahon that planned it, because Vince McMahon, I think he works hands-on with Brock Lesnar. So, really, it wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me. Alright. Next up, Rhea Ripley's music hits. The Judgment Day comes out to the ring. Triple H, Rhea Ripley, they embrace. Rhea was smiling at Triple H, but we hear from the Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley says April 1st, 2023 will go down in history as sports entertainment changed forever when she became SmackDown Women's Champion. Rhea brags about dethroning Charlotte Flair, then says it is time that everyone rises for her. Finn Balor then addresses Edge and says he resorted to splitting his head open to get a win. Balor says even though he had 40 staples put in his head, he is still standing while Edge is nowhere to be seen. Let's see, well, he's nowhere to be seen. Dominic Mysterio says that he knew that he couldn't hurt his own father, but that he couldn't say the same about him because he saw the anger in his eyes. He tells Ray and the rest of his family that they could go to hell and he could take Bad Bunny with them. Damian Priest says that Dominic is his brother and asked Bad Bunny. He asked Bad Bunny that he hopes, he can find it in his heart to forgive him. As he says he has forgiven Bad Bunny for making him do... Let's see. That moved on me. There we go. Alright. There. Alright. Bad Bunny with them. Alright. Damian Priest says Dominic is his brother and asked Bad Bunny that he hopes he can find it in his heart to forgive him. As he says he has forgiven Bad Bunny for making him do what he did on Monday. Because, Damian Priest and Bad Bunny used to be best friends, and they were even tag partners for Bad Bunny's his official WrestleMania match that he had back at WrestleMania 37, which he did a great job. So, absolutely not. Conor McGregor ending Roman's title reign? No fucking way. If anybody came up with that rumor, Micah, I don't know what drugs they're ingesting in their bodies, to be honest. No fucking way. Conor McGregor? No, it's gotta be Solo Sikoa. It's gotta be a young guy within WWE. Not even Cody, because Cody, if he's still going to retire at 40, he's not the guy, but it's a matter of what his plans are. If he's planning to stay in WWE for a long while, then I could say that makes Cody your guy, too. But yeah, definitely not some, anything like that. Wow. McGregor ending Roman's run? No. Would not be done with that at all. Yeah, I know. Endeavor merging WWE and UFC, and McGregor's a UFC. Yeah, I mean, you never know. You never know what they could do. I mean, this whole merger thing could turn out to be a mess. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in the future. We really don't. We just got to keep our eyes on this, and, it's a wait-and-see thing. But yeah, Rey Mysterio's music hits and the Latino World Order heads down to the ring with Rey Mysterio. We got the Judgment Day with Finn Balor in their corner and Rhea Ripley in their corner. Going up against Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar with all Legado del Fantasma in their corner. So Rey and Dominic begin the action. The bell rings, then Dominic immediately tags in Damian Priest and delivers a series of right hands and stomps and whips him into the corner. He whips him into the corner and tags in Dominic. So, Dominic delivers a series of right hands and stomps, and then whips him into the corner and tags in... whips him in the corner, tags in Dominic. Why did they put that there twice? Dominic delivers right hands to Rey Mysterio's midsection as Priest holds him in place as he fires off several forearms, but Rey delivers a kick and tags in Escobar. Escobar delivers an enziguri and a crossbody off the top, and then follows that up with a pair of backbreakers. Escobar helps Rey deliver a Hurricane Rana to Priest. And both these guys deliver tope suicidas. They would be able to do that to the Judgment Day. And then after we go to commercial, we come back from the commercial break. Damian Priest and Santos Escobar are in a shoulder submission Escobar escapes and Dominic tags in before Escobar delivers a back body drop and tags in Ray. Ray delivers a Hurricane Rana, but Dominic catches him with a body slam. Ray hits a drop kick and a moonsault off the ropes. And he then hits a drop kick that sends Dominic into the ropes. And after that, he sets up for the 619. But Rhea pulls Dominic out of the way. Zelina Vega levels Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley chases her out of the arena. Back in the ring, Ray sends Dominic into the ropes. And Rhea, Ray sends Dominic into the ropes and tags in Escobar. Escobar gets Dominic up on his shoulders, but Dominic is illegal. Priest gets back in the ring, delivers a South to Heaven choke slam for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. But yeah, Rhea Ripley chasing Zelina Vega out of the arena was great. And at that point though, Damian Priest hitting that South to Heaven choke slam for the 1-2-3 and the pin of the win. Your winners of the Judgment Day. After the match, Ray drop kicks Damian Priest right out of the ring. We then see Sami Zayn looking for Jey Uso. We go to commercial. We come back from the commercial break. We head to video hyping up Shinsuke Nakamura's ahead of his return next week. So WWE did that for Shinsuke. I think Drew does need to leave WWE. Yes. Absolutely. We then head backstage to Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn approaches him and says he needs to tell him that there's a way out. There's a way out. As he says that everything he has told him, everything that he's told him would happen, and it has come true. And the bloodline is crumbling. The bloodline's starting to show cracks, but I wouldn't say completely crumbling yet. But he tells him that if he doesn't believe him, then he needs to look around. He needs to look around. He says he will beat Jey until he gets it through his head. But it doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to be that way. Before Jey can even respond, we hear a loud, crashing sound. Sami runs over to investigate. Sami, one thing I like about Sami is he needs to continue the feud with Jey Uso. He needs to have more singles matches with Jey Uso. He needs to be the one to bring Jey Uso around to get him away from the bloodline. But Sami runs over to investigate, and we see that a road case has fallen on top of Kevin Owens. His referees get it off of him and officials. And, they run off to find some help as Sami calls for a trainer. So obviously, it seems like Solo Sikoa was the guy behind that, attack. It seems that way, at least, how they want to portray it to you. You take it for what it is. And at this point, by the way, WWE announcing return date for Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura hasn't appeared on WWE programming since the November 11, 2022 episode of WWE Friday Night SmackDown, where he lost to Santos Escobar in the first round of the SmackDown World Cup tournament. But on Friday night's episode of SmackDown, we learned that he will be returning to WWE television next week. However, we do not know yet whether or not he will be competing when that night arrives. Interestingly, not only has he not appeared on television since November, Nakamura hasn't even worked a live event since January 22nd of this year, 2023, when he teamed with Braun Strowman and Madcap Moss to defeat Imperium. Nakamura made his WWE debut as part of NXT back in January 2016, and he went on to become a two-time NXT champion before making his main roster debut over a year later, while he's won his share of championship gold during his 7+ years with the company, including the WWE Intercontinental Championship, WWE United States Championship twice, as well as the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, alongside Cesaro, which is not AEW's Claudio Castagnoli. Nakamura has never won the WWE's biggest prize. After winning the Men's Royal Rumble match in 2018, Nakamura went on to lose to then WWE Champion AJ Styles at WrestleMania 34. In fact, arguably his biggest match over the past few years didn't even take place inside a WWE ring. Let's see, scroll down here. Alright. Take place in WWE ring. On January 1st, in the main event of Pro Wrestling Noah's The New Year 2023 event, Nakamura competed against and defeated the Great Muta in what was one of the last singles matches in the Great Muta's legendary career, the WWE Hall of Famer Great Muta. So that's everything updated on Shinsuke Nakamura. What's up, Lisa? How's it going? Kiss to you, Lisa. Hope you're having a good Easter. My favorite Royal Rumble match was in 2001 when Stone Cold Steve Austin won. If you never watched that Royal Rumble match, go back and watch it. The 2001 Royal Rumble match is the greatest Royal Rumble match ever produced. There will never be a better one. I've been waiting 22 years for a magical Rumble like that, and it's never recaptured. Never recaptured that. So, let's see. At this point now, we are at time for the main event of the evening for WWE Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania. We go back at ringside. Jey Uso heads out of the ring. Kayla Braxton approaches Sami Zayn in gorilla position and asks for an update on Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn says Kevin Owens is being looked at by medical. And it seems that he will be alone at ringside before he expresses his frustrations with the situation and then heads down to the ring. So we got Sami Zayn going one-on-one with Jey Uso here. And the bell rings, both men lock up. Sami shoves Jey into the corner, but Jey fires back with a shoulder tackle. Sami delivers a back elbow and a forearm, and then clotheslines Jey out of the ring. Solo Sikoa appears at ringside as Sami looks to go flying, stopping him in his tracks. Go to commercial, come back from the commercial break. Jey ascends to the top rope. Sami meets him up there and delivers a superplex, and then delivers a series of forearms. Jey fires back with an enziguri, but Sami catches him with a boot and climbs to the top. He goes flying, but Jey catches him with a super kick as he goes for a pin. So he goes for a pin, but Sami kicks out. Sami delivers an exploder suplex in the corner, and then sets up for the haluva kick. Jey ducks out of the way and rolls up Sami, but Sami kicks out. Sami then delivers a blue thunder bomb and goes for a pin of his own, but Jey kicks out. Sami then fires off the right hands and ascends to the top, but Jey hits him with an enziguri and joins him. Sami fires off right hands across his spine, but Jay delivers a headbutt that knocks him off the top. While the referee is distracted, Solo Sikoa delivers a Samoan Spike, allowing Jey Uso to deliver a kick to Sami for the 1-2-3 and the pin and the win. Your winner is Jey Uso. After Jey Uso wins after the match, Solo Sikoa helps Jey Uso up. Solo Sikoa then launches an attack on Sami Zayn and fires off several right hands. Solo sets up for the second Samoan Spike. But Jay grabs Solo's hand. Jay grabs Solo's hand and prevents him. He prevents him from delivering the spike. Jay and Solo stare one another down before Jay delivers a super kick to Sami and calls for a chair. He calls for Solo to grab a chair, and Solo just, let's see. So he grabbed that. I can't believe that Kevin Owens, that he couldn't come out even with the leg brace on. I guess they're going to try to play this up that he's so hurt, but here's the thing. If Kevin Owens is so hurt, how is he going to compete in a 6-man tag team match at Backlash, which that's the rumored main event. But, Jay prevents him from delivering that Samoan Spike. Jay and Solo are staring one another down. Jay delivers a super kick, calling for a chair. He calls for Solo to grab the chair. Solo does, and just like that, Jay rains down right hands. Matt Riddle's music hits. He runs down to make the save, and SmackDown goes off the air. Now, here's the issue. Why couldn't Matt Riddle just interject himself into this? Why couldn't they just do this on Monday Night Raw? Why is Matt Riddle stuck in some bullshit with the fucking Miz that he doesn't even need to be a part of, because the Miz is a joke. The Miz is a huge joke. I mean, holy fuck. That's terrible. I mean, I'm sorry, but the Miz is a joke. I can't help it. This would have been a way better way for Matt Riddle to return, rather than just to return and interrupt the Miz and then beat the shit out of the Miz. You're telling me they couldn't do this very segment here that they just did right here in this show, that they wouldn't have been able to do that on Monday night? I mean, why couldn't this have been done on a Monday Night Raw? I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And why you want Matt Riddle feuding with The Miz sucks. And then now Kevin Owens, I guess he'll be good by Backlash, because rumored main event, we're going to have Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Matt Riddle against the Bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso. That'll be your co-main event, while Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar takes the main event spot. That's what we're looking at for that. Lisa says, I love this house. Lisa, I love having you in this house, and thank you for the hashtag Justice for Pretty. You're awesome. Love Lisa. Love you guys too. SmackDown was alright, That's how it went off the air. Those are my comments and everything to it. I'll say that WWE Friday Night SmackDown tonight gets a 6 out of 10 for me. Better than Raw. Slightly above average. It was alright. Main event was good. Always like the Bloodline stuff. And there you go, everybody. I gotta get stuff ready for Rampage, and then we'll do that. And then Battle of the Belts, like I said, we'll get to that at some other time. But I'll do Rampage tonight yet. So yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me right here in this episode of Beyond the Ring with Big T. So I'll see all you guys next time. Yes, there will be a next time for me right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. That'll be for your AEW Rampage review results show coming up next. I hope you guys will join me here for that. Don't forget us, and we won't forget you. And of course, if you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best for all of your professional wrestling needs, right here on the internet, right here on YouTube.com today, always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And then, of course, everybody, as always, leave your likes, comments, subscribe, all that good stuff, because you don't want to miss a single thing here on the channel. And, of course, cheers to all of you. Good booze, good booze, good booze, good booze. Yeah. At least, what, you got some wine drinking going on? Yeah, why The Miz is on any show, I have no idea. I really don't. Because The Miz is not entertaining. He does nothing to get you excited for any show. He's boring. I actually think watching paint dry is a little bit more entertaining than The Miz. A little bit. I'm telling you, it's a little bit more entertaining than The Miz. And, I just don't know. I really don't know. Backlash is looking to be a pretty damn good show. But I'll tell you what, I just hope that they do something good by it. But I think Cody Rhodes beating Brock Lesnar is going to come off as ridiculous. Cody Rhodes beating Roman Reigns would come off as really ridiculous because Roman has beaten Brock Lesnar's ass for how long now? I mean, my God. But, we'll see how this all plays out. We will. You guys know I'll keep an eye on it. But, yeah, I'll come back. I'll review Rampage. Battle of the Belts. Don't know what day I'll be doing it. We'll see. I might just say screw it and do Battle of the Belts Wednesday and do an AEW doubleheader. Probably do Battle of the Belts during the day on Wednesday, before Dynamite. And then when we got Dynamite Wednesday night, kind of have an AEW doubleheader. That's probably how I'll work in Battle of the Belts unless something changes schedule-wise. But I will, I'll bring that to you guys one way or another. So, no reason to panic. Yeah, Miz's whole gimmick is, oh my God. Yeah, his whole gimmick's a joke. It really is. I mean, that's the only way you can really put it is, that whole gimmick is just a joke. It is. It legitimately is a joke. Well, yeah, we'll see how the rest of this goes. And we'll see if an official date will be made for the draft. Hopefully they let us know that on Raw on Monday night. I would assume this would be me booking it. I would do the draft on the go-home shows for Backlash. Like the go-home Raw Backlash, I would do night 1 of the draft. The go-home SmackDown for Backlash would be night 2 of the draft. And then you have Backlash. And then the day after Backlash on Monday is when the new rosters take effect. That's exactly how I would do it. Hopefully that's how WWE will set this up, but I don't know. I'm hoping, though, that's what they do. Because that would just be an awesome way to do it. In all honesty. But let me know what you guys think. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, but yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. There'll be a next time for me, AEW Rampage, right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. Don't forget us, we won't forget you. If you want the best, and yes, I do mean the absolute best for all of your professional wrestling needs right here on the internet, right here on YouTube.com today. Always remember to think Beyond the Ring with Big T. And then, of course, everybody, thank you very much for watching and listening to your WWE Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania review and results show. Your WWE WrestleMania 39 Fallout show here tonight. And, like I said earlier, 6 out of 10 for the show. And then, of course, everybody, as always remember and never, ever forget that I'm your host, Big T, and I'll see all of you at the matches. I'll see all of you for your AEW Rampage review and results show later on tonight. Or coming up next, right here on Beyond the Ring with Big T. So, take care, everybody. I love you all. See you for AEW Rampage review results. And good night and happy Easter, everybody. Ha 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 ha.
This is M-Dog 20, Matt Cross. We're in Cleveland, Ohio, and you are checking out Beyond the Ring with my man, Big T. Thank you, man. Big T.
Hello, this is EC3 of TNA Wrestling, and you are so very fortunate because you are watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.
This is the bad boy Joey Janela, and you're watching Beyond the Ring with Big T.